everybody and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be the first video in a series of videos that I'm going to make about standing asanas. So every video I'm going to be looking at one standing asana, the full expression of the pose, and what you can do if you have some constraints or flexibility issues, and if you want some advice on how to do the asana, how we can improve a particular asana using props. So the asana that we're looking at today is the first one in the standing series, and the standing series could be whether it's the Iyengar series or the Ashtanga series. The Uttanasana, which is the asana for today, is one that you will see in all yoga classes, and if you practice yoga, you have definitely done it at least once. And if you do other things like gymnastics, or anything else like pole dancing or any other fitness routine, the Uttanasana or the standing forward bend is something that everybody should know how to do, and we work on it every day. And also, it is one of the basic measures of fitness. If you can stand up and touch your toes, you have a basic level of fitness. And if you're unable to do that, then you really need to work on your flexibility. And I keep on telling people this, that flexibility is as important as being an optimum weight, because if you're not flexible, then you leave yourself open to injury. And you see a lot of people nowadays who sit a lot, they have a lot of back issues. That's because the muscles in the back are inflexible. So if you practice the Uttanasana every day, if you have back issues or if you have really tight hamstrings and glute muscles, then you will see that your flexibility and therefore your range of motion, everything will improve if you do these asanas correctly. So without further ado, I want to demonstrate the Uttanasana, what the full expression of the pose is, different variations of the full expression, and then I use my props, the chair, the bolster, and 2 blocks to demonstrate how you can improve your Uttanasana. So the final expression of the pose is you take your legs apart, wide apart, and you try and align the outer edges of your feet with the outer edges of the mat, and then place your fingertips on the floor, and then just look forward or look between your hands, and your back has to be absolutely straight. So I'm not reaching down like this. I'm keeping my back straight, and that's what you want. That's the only way these muscles will get a stretch, will get a pull. If you're more flexible, you could grab a hold of the ankles and pull yourself forward. And sometimes if you sit for a long time, or if you're in a cramped position for a long time, just doing this releases the back muscles and it feels really good. Okay. Now another version of the full expression of the pose is to bend from the waist, grab a hold of the toes, and look straight. So again, my back is really straight, and then you could go forward, further ahead, and bend your elbows and come down. So again, I'm not bending my knees are straight, and I'm pulling myself down. And what that does is, it stretches your calf muscles, it stretches the hamstrings, the glutes, and even the lower back. So this is another expression, full expression of the pose. Or you could just grab your ankles and then pull yourself down. But if you're unable to do that and you're just here, then you know that you're inflexible and you have to work on the flexibility before you can actually come to the pose. So the great thing is that in Iyengar yoga, you can actually do the pose without really being very flexible. Okay, so the first thing is you're gonna take your chair, stand about like a meter away from the chair, and then sink back. So let me just adjust this. So you're gonna place your wrists on the armrest or on the back of the chair, and then I'm keeping my feet also about a foot apart. And then you push your tailbone back and extend the upper body. So I'm extending the sides and I'm keeping my back absolutely straight. And you want to try to open up the chest also. Push the tailbone back, hands pushed down onto the chair, and you're extending the back. So that is one. And that really helps in just lengthening the back. So it's good. Even sometimes I just practice it when I want to release the back, or if my back hurts or if I'm tired, it really feels good. Okay, now you do the same thing here. So if you have a little more flexibility, what you could do is you could try to reach to the back of the chair and place your forehead on the bolster. So I'm going to stand with my feet about a foot distance apart, and then I'm going to reach forward and place my forehead on the bolster. And it's important that you reach forward because we want to extend from the tailbone all the way to the wrists and the fingers. So it's important that you kind of, just rest your forehead and allow the body to stretch. You can do this for 10 breaths, 5 breaths, or even 5 minutes. Whatever you need to get that sense of openness in your body. And in this particular pose, in this variation, what I sometimes recommend is place your hands, hold the legs of the chair. So what happens here is that your back is still straight, but eventually you'll be able to go down like this. So you're eventually slowly improving the range of motion and flexibility. So that's another variation. Now, if you're more flexible, then you could use the chair, the blocks. So again, you're going to stand with your feet slightly apart and place the blocks like this, and then bend from the waist and come down and push down into the blocks. When you push down, you give that added energy to lengthen the back. So you could do this, and remember, it shouldn't be the block shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be too close. You have to kind of give enough space for the sides to lengthen. So depending on your flexibility, you could use this variation, or you could do this variation. Remember, the entire time you have to keep your knees straight, arms straight. If you're more flexible, you could do this. Or, you could start here, and then eventually through practice, you could actually come here. And then eventually one day, you won't even need the blocks. And then eventually, you could just kind of pull yourself down. So there you go. That is the Uttanasana and different variations of the Uttanasana. I want to keep these videos short so that you get all the information that you need and you understand your body a little bit more. And yeah, I just wanted to show you how you can really improve your posture, because it's much better to use props and try and discipline the body into being in proper alignment, and rather than just aiming for the final pose, because sometimes just aiming for the final pose will get you injured and will retard your progress. And but if you're doing it with the proper alignment, your progress might be slow, but in the end your asana is going to be beautiful and beneficial also for you. So if you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, you can expect videos like this, short videos, going forward. And I'm working on the standing series right now. So yeah, so stay tuned. Maybe in 2 weeks I'll have another video with the next asana in the standing series. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And remember to subscribe and tell all your friends to subscribe as well. Thank you.